Hi everybody, it's Mike with another video from my December 2021 Las Vegas trip. Wanted to do different things this time, but I wasn't going to spend the money on a rental car or an Uber, so I rode the Deuce bus, a double-decker bus that rides up and down the strip. These pictures, by the way, are from vegasunzipped.com. It's pretty cheap too. Here are the prices. I got a 3-day pass, so one day was going to be to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Resorts World and Circus Circus was another day, and downtown was a day. Here's some maps. You can see some of the stops. Runs 24 hours a day, all the way from the South Strip Terminal, which is past the Las Vegas sign, to downtown and back in one big loop. You can get tickets at vending machines at most stops, or you can do it on your phone for a digital pass. There used to be an SDX, which was the same idea, only it was an express. It didn't stop at all the stops, but with COVID, they stopped that service. Not sure when it'll be back. So my first trip was to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Here you see the Deuce bus that I missed because I was doing the right thing and waiting for the walk sign at the intersection in front of the Caesars, so I had to wait for the next bus. Here are the rules. I first thought you weren't allowed any beverages, so I had to go back to my room and drop off my Mountain Dew after breakfast, or I would have made that other bus. Anyway, if it has a cap, you can bring it along. And it's important to note that the Deuce pass is good in all RTC residential routes. You can get off at one stop and jump on the bus that takes you to the outlet stores to the north, or take some other routes to get to other casinos off the strip like Rio or Orleans, and probably ones farther away too if you look at the bus schedule to see which ones you have to take. Now, the Deuce drops you right off at the sign there. Oh, who's that handsome devil? You cross the street, maybe a 10-minute walk down to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Had a good time. Check out the link above for my video of my trip there. On my way back to the Flamingo, I managed to score the front seats on the top deck. Had to push some girls out of the way. I think they were 8 or 9 years old, but they're young. They'll get over it. Next day was taking the Deuce downtown. I waited a long time for the bus to show up, and when it did, it was packed. I thought about letting that one go, figuring the next one had to be coming soon and it had to be less crowded, but I packed myself in there and stood in the aisle like the sign tells you not to do, and hit my head on the ceiling no less than 3 times. No issues getting downtown, although I had some issues getting back that I'll discuss in my downtown video whenever I get to do that. But here's the pic of the ride back from eavesdropping. That's a father and son sitting in front of me. The next day's trip to Resorts World and Circus Circus had no issues, so I'm thumbs up on the Deuce. Cheaper than an Uber or renting a car. Of course, you give up some things like having to stand around waiting for the bus and sitting next to people, but it was clean. I didn't have any issues with any of my fellow passengers. So that is it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like the video and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. See ya.